Welcome. I'm so sorry. I was just talking and everything, and I keep forgetting to hit the mute button. But anyhow, I'd like to welcome you all to Africa Logistical Agency. I'm your host, Mike Akins, and I hope that this live today I hope that it be very intriguing to you, because we will be diving in to the depths of our strength and opportunities that lies within Jerusalem or Tanzania, Africa for that matter. But now, in order for us to really truly to have the mindset, let's revisit the meaning of opportunity. That is a time or a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. And would you not all agree with the world events? This is not an opportunity for us to do business on the continent. Just let that marinate in and let it take root. Because the things that we may imagine or daydream about, now those daydreams can be a reality. It is simply about us executing it, taking our opportunity to advance our sales in the market that is on the continent. But we really truly just let that meaning of opportunity, just let it soak in, marinate, as you may say. Let it marinate in. If that's what it takes, let it do what it's going to do. So these are the things that is opportunity that we should be looking at. We are not here to be harping on the hate. The hate has came, I would say gone, but it's still here. But we do not sit around here and harp on the hate. We don't have time for that. We have bigger and greater things to concern ourselves with. Those are the things we need to concentrate on. Because when you concentrate on those things, everybody that's pretty much that are your blood kin will be benefiting from your decision. And like I said, your decision. Everybody's not going to see this. And you may have individuals that would literally call you crazy or what's in Africa, because they lack the vision, or they've been shown a vision that is so far off that they believe the lie that they put out there in the media, to which, I mean, each and every last one of us know that that's what they did. They showed us a lie. They showed us a portion, but that portion was the main ingredient of this wicked media, in order to keep you away from what is really truly going on that continent to which you and your forefathers are from. So now, with that being said, let's dive in and look at some of the things, the opportunities that are, hold on just for a moment, the opportunities that are waiting here in Dar. Now, this is the thing I would like for the brothers and sisters to think about. In Dar es Salaam, the middle class, which we all know from a political standpoint from the United States, in order for them to have whatever power they wanted to have, they had to destroy the middle class. Not so here in Tanzania. There's a rising middle class here. When you have a rising middle class, you have opportunity for business. That's what you have. I ain't gonna say one. One of the many promising things that Dar es Salaam has, it has a port, a major port. Matter of fact, there are two ports total in Dar es Salaam. There's one that's north, and the other one is pretty much south of Tanzania. There are two ports here. Now, if you really want to be down on point, it's really three. You have one in Wanza. You have a port there, and Wanza is pretty much considered inland. That is off, it's not off the ocean. And so, if we look at some of the things that the opportunities that are set for here in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, one, food and beverage service. Now, brothers and sisters, there has always been a competition of Chicago pizza versus New York pizza. That has been going on for years. And the reason why I say that is because take your mindset when you have this knowledge that they have this I'm gonna just say beef, but it's not something that somebody's losing their lives over. Who has the best pizza, Chicago or New York? It doesn't matter. But if you brought both recipes or whatever the situation may be, ideas to Dar, all right, there you go. Whatever it may be, Chicago is known for Italian beefs, and oh man, there's so much food that it's unbelievable. Because you have a melting pot, just as much as you have a melting pot in New York. But if you decide to say, "Hey, I want to do a restaurant in Tanzania," you bring in another culture of foods to the brothers and sisters to explore. That's a business. That's number one. The beverage side, you're looking at what? Coffee, sodas, and alcoholic beverage. That is another business. These businesses are not far-fetched for any individual. You must be 18. You must be 18 years old here in Dar to consume or serve an alcoholic beverage. You must be that. Also, catering service for weddings, corporate gatherings, and party bus. Yes, I said it. A party bus where you may be taking traveling people that are here traveling. You pick them up as a group, put them on your bus. You take them to all the spots. That is a business that they have. Not a lot of buses, I kid you not. I only seen two thus far. I only seen two of those party buses. Also, up under that category of number one, bakery and a coffee shop. Now, bakery, you already have your flour, your ingredients here or on Zanzibar. Zanzibar is about like a 45 minutes to an hour boat ride to Zanzibar from the ocean of the Indian Ocean to that island. So now you take a trip over there and you get what you need to get. You need to, in order for you to run your bakery. Now, coffee, that's coming from Arusha. So, but it's everything is on it's in your is in reach for you to get to in order for you to do business. These are the things. Instead of us sitting right here um imagining things, let's put it into action. Now, the potential, I will get into the income of it, but right, I mean, I did not get the, I did not have the time to break down the shilling dollar to the US dollar. And I will hope to get to that eventually, and I can pretty much have how much what is the estimated income for these particular businesses, because there may be things that brothers and sisters look at and I understand it, because everybody's how much they willing to put into the business, it varies. It varies, and for that reason, you have to respect every individual of how they wants to move. The next one on the list is tourism and hospitality. A tour company offers a unique local tour and excursion, beaches, beach tours, culture tours, on the line, everything goes down the line when it comes to that. And one thing I would say that is a big positive for Tanzania, the Serengeti. The Serengeti. And that's where they go and they see the elephants, the lions, the tigers, all the wild animals in their habitat. And you have brothers and sisters that can offer those services. And those are the things that you can bring here to Dar. I mean, that business is never crowded. Never. Also, guest house, or what we may call catering to travelers looking for affordable accommodation. It's something like an Airbnb. You have so many people coming and visiting Tanzania. It's unbelievable, especially Zanzibar. A lot of visitors go there. Even if even though if they are in Dar es Salaam, they literally take boat rides to go to Zanzibar. And Zanzibar is also the place where you get all of your spices from. It is known for having about all the spices that you need to have. Third, this is not going to be a long show today. I just really want the brothers and sisters to understand the opportunities that they have here for you brothers in the United States to look at, or even potentially get it started here. E-commerce and retail. I don't think I need to really truly get into that. Into details about that, but that is another business. Now, on the e-commerce, there are some online sales you can do with alcoholic beverages. But there are some regulations that you have to abide by, because a person just can't order beer and they are underage and thinking they're going to leave. No, there are some things that you have to abide by doing that online. Another one is the grocery stores or supermarkets, and focusing on organic produce and imported goods. Now, I will say this. I had to travel. Ooh, let me see. It took about an hour and 20 minutes for me to get to a major grocery store. That's what it took. So, for someone to look into saying that they wanted to open up a grocery store, yes, over in this area where I'm staying, yes, that will be right on time. Because the small little, we call them, well, I'm gonna say it with you all, corner stores, there's only so much goods that they're going to carry. Like I went to one and I asked for some like lime juice. They did not have that. I asked for like mother's vinegar. They didn't have that. But what he did tell me, he said, I tell you what, you come back next week, I will have it. And I came back and he did have it. But it's just not something that they stock because it's not what they use normally. But if you had a grocery store, now that's a game changer. That is a game changer. And also with the grocery store, like some grocery stores in the States, they wised up. When they seen that, hey, they have the tomatoes, they have the celery, they have the onions. Back in the days, when they start to go bad, they throw them away. And then they woke up and they said, hey, we need to start cooking this stuff to expand the life and sell what we cook. That's what they did. A lot of the grocery stores got into that. When they start to get the food start to go, fruits and vegetables start to go bad, cook it. Make a sandwich, make a soup, sell what you can sell. The rest of it that they could not sell, well, they throw it away. But what they did though was they stretched their dollar. They made the best out of their produce. They got the best out of it to the last draw. And this is the thing that we need to be doing also. But I will say it'd be different. You have a grocery store and you say, all right, we're gonna do the same model. We're gonna cook food. But when the food get old, we're not gonna throw it away. It's old for that day. You may say, hey, let's donate it or give it to charity or homeless people. It's all about setting things up and seeing who is willing to take it and things. I was more so like a daycare center. If you have a relationship with a daycare center, you know exactly where that food is going, and they can trust that, hey, these people are good to us. That's how we take care of one another. Nobody get left behind. Now, moving on, let me scroll down a little bit. Hold on. Notes. Real estate and property management. That's another business, but I'm not going too much dibble nor dabble with that now. I mean, only reason I said it, because now when you talk about real estate, you have to have the license here. And you have to follow the laws here. You just can't haphazardly think you're going to advertise overseas and think individual can come here and buy land. It don't work that way. That's one thing I will say. Now, property management, that's a different story. You're just managing the property. And they have a lot of property that needs management, especially in these high-end areas of Dar es Salaam. That is right off the ocean, busy beach and things of that nature. So that's another potential business starter. Transportation. Ooh, I can tell you about transportation. Yes, I can. And I'm still working on it. I'm still working on this transportation survey. Now I finished the other portion of it, but we expanded it where they wanted to look into something a little bit more. And the transportation, it is something else. But I will say this on the Uber side, if an individual can come up with an app, because what they do here, the driver he gets he would get a notice that there's a rider that needs assistance. He has to turn it down if he have a person in the car. And so what I said to the brother, I was like, well, man, brother, if you're going in the same direction, why don't you just deviate a little bit, pick them up, keep it moving? Uber does not allow them to do that. But if you had a ride sharing company that does that, that's going to be a game changer. Because now he won't have to just worry about one. He can pull over, boom, gets a second rider, boom, he getting paid twice. That's a strong possibility. And that, as well as, delivering services, foods, mail packages. And I say mail packages. Right now, I think DHL is like number one, but then they all scattered. You got to find them because the addressing system is not it's not a good system. Period. It's not. But for you to look into being a hub for delivery service, where let's just say hypothetically speaking, that DHL and you strike up, you can talk with them, speak with them, say, you know what, I want to be a subcontractor as a hub. When I say Dar es Salaam, it's a big place. This is a big place. It's very big. And so now you have a hub here. And for the people that live in this particular area, all of that things they may order off of Amazon or whatever, it comes straight there. They come there to pick it up. You will have a business that will keep you busy. These are the opportunities. Now let's move on. Health and fitness. Like the gym and fitness centers, they offer, you offer personal training and group classes. When I say that these brothers and sisters are getting on top of their game, they're getting on top of it. It's a brother right down the street. He's diabetic, but he's not on dialysis. He's not. He's very sick. He's very sick. For every medical thing that you have here, you have to pay for it. It's not like being in the United States. You get Medicare or whatever the situation may be, you go into the dialysis center, they do what they do, you go home. Now, there are some challenges that these brothers and sisters are going through. That's one thing that is a known fact. And moving on, health foods store. Now, organic food. This is one thing I was speaking about when I said we have contact with farmers. When you can deal with farmers and you have a relationship with them, organic, it works here a little. Of course, this is Africa. But I noticed though, inside the city, it's not like that. They grow food here. It's few and far apart that you have some brothers and sisters that do grow their own food. Not a lot. Not a lot. A lot of the brothers and sisters, they go to the farmer's market, buy in bulk, take it to the market, they break it down, they resell it. That's how they make their living. And as well as dietary supplements. You can have like I was saying, you can go to Zanzibar and you can order turmeric. Turmeric is a season as well as a dietary supplement for inflammation. You order your capsules. You take that herb, whoop, swipe it over those capsules, and then you put the top on it. Put it in a bottle. Turmeric. That's your business. Even when it comes down to cayenne pepper, that's also is a dietary supplement. You'll be surprised of how many um, herbs we use to cook with are used as supplements also. These are the businesses that are waiting for you brothers and sisters to take hold of. Now let's move on down to education and tutoring service. That's very big. It's very big. Private tutoring. English is like the number one school teaching, having a school where you're teaching how to speak English. Yes, that's like number one here. Online, I don't think this. Well, I can't say the system can't support it, but I have not seen an online service for tutoring online and things of that nature. But that's another business you can get into if you would like a retired school teacher. There you go. There go your business. Also, going down further, let me just do it this way. Take this thing for a moment. Information technology service. Now that is a very highly moving business to get into. Web development, design, building websites and things of that nature, and IT support services, providing technician support for small businesses. This is what they need. Everybody's coming here. All these big companies are coming here, having these buildings, big buildings. You're not going to have a firm thinking it's just going to run on its own, that you can just pick up a phone, call a customer and things of that nature, and your computer's working fine. No, there are some things that IT guys are going to have to do. You're talking about cybersecurity. If one of your servers go out, one of your switches go out, you got to know what you're doing on that. This is the reason why these companies are looking for these IT developers and support systems. They need them. This is a necessity for any business to continue to move. And organic farming, that's another one. Sell your produce directly to the consumers or local market. That is a booming business. It may not sound good, it may not look attractive, but that's the business that will move you to other businesses off the top. It will move you to other businesses. There's so many hotels here and things of that nature. You think people just stand in hotels and there's no food there to eat? You don't think they buying tomatoes and onions and things of that? They buying food. They buying rice to keep to keep the business. They buying these things from the local food market. It is an excellent business to be into. as well as livestock, providing fish, meat for local consumption. Now, when it comes to the fish, now the biggest farms of, man, these mosquitoes are something else. Um, the biggest fish farm that now they really truly just got into is in Wanza. Um, and so when I tell you there's 12, if you go to these like restaurants and you ask for what type of fish is this called? I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the fish. The fish had to be almost 2 feet 2 feet in length, and they bring that big fish to your plate, I mean to your table. Two people can eat off of that fish. Two. What's the name of that fish? I'm just trying to get the name of it. I forgot the name of it. But this is what these restaurants are doing. And if you are into the fish farming business, trust and believe, it is something else. In Wanza as well. Now Wanza is where they have the 'cause these fishes, they come out of Lake Victoria up there, and Wanza is right there. So, but what they do, the fish farm, they send a lot of those fishes to Dar es Salaam, and they have the restaurants, they buy them. That is a business you brothers and sisters can get into. Now, if you really want to get into these things, I wish they would have posted a link for us to have it to set up a chat or Zoom. But I will say it this way: if you have any interest in starting any one of these businesses, leave a comment, and I will respond to you, and we can set up a time and date, and we can just move forward going forward. But these businesses are what we can do on this continent. We don't have to act like we don't. I ain't gonna say act like we don't have to be blind no more. These are the opportunities that are here, that are ready for individuals to take up and move on with. Let me see. All right. Creative services, social media management, helping businesses with their online presence. And do I really truly need to get into that? But I will. Everybody knows you have to advertise. But I don't think that advertising, it will be a difficult thing here in Dar, because if you're in a particular neighborhood and they know who you are, and you keep your customer service on point, no, they maintain loyalty. That's one thing I would say here. There is a measure of loyalty that they maintain due to customer service. I mean, I'm not knocking that it's not it's unnecessary. No. It's very necessary. But at the same time, when you respect people, they know where they can come to feel like a human being. And it's just that simple. Moving on. Let me see. What else do we have here? That was pretty much it. But like I was saying earlier in the opening, is that we have a lot of amazing things that is happening on this continent. We need to really truly take up these opportunities that are laid out as never before. 401k, money in bank accounts. We got to be smart about these things now. We need to start moving money about. They're telling you, the world is telling you, The dollar is dying. Believe it. Act on it. Do something about it. It will be a sad situation to see individuals holding on to money. And when the world say, hey, it's no good, there's nothing you can possibly do to make that money any good. There's nothing that you can possibly do. You may have one of the nicest houses, and you may have so much money in your homes, but you was hoping that things would get better, and they did not. And even if you did say, you know what, I believe things are going to get better, I think, but still, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to split it down the middle. I'm going to invest half of the money here. I'm going to leave the other half here. You're still being smart. You're still being smart about it. And these are the things I'm hoping that I have really, truly laid out for you, brothers and sisters, to make a sound decision about your livelihood. This is not about hate. No, it's not. This is about using common sense. And like Jacoba said, common sense is not as common as it used to be. It's not. The world have always came off, especially in movies, showing the United States always coming off on top, always winning some type of fight. They never show the United States, oh, wait a minute, they lost. No, they're not going to do that. But when people start to believe that this cannot happen, this cannot happen, this cannot happen, that's a dangerous way of looking at things. Very dangerous. But my encouragement is, brothers and sisters, let us take up the opportunities that are set before us. I'm going to get, I'm going to get more information on other businesses that are very lucrative here that we can look into. And I'm going to hand them out to you, brothers and sisters, and you make that decision as to what do you want to do. That's all we can do. I mean, that's what I can do for you. There's a lot. There's a lot here that you can do. A lot. And on that note, brothers and sisters, keep your head on the swivel. We know what's happening in this world. There's so much hatred within and coming in of this world. Let's not get caught up in that. Because all it's going to do eventually is going to start to eat itself within. And that hatred is going to eat the outside. So eventually it will disappear. Because hate will have to eat his own self. Ain't got nothing else to eat. We're not part of that. We're looking at the opportunities to get out of this path of engrossing this infection of eating hatred. This hatred is something else. It's consuming. Let's take all of these opportunities and put them into motion. Put them in action. Put them in action. And the more people that start to do that, and like I said, in the early onset, the middle class is on the rise here in Tanzania. The middle class was went up under attack, and you all witnessed that in the United States. They attacked the middle class and they wrecked it. They wrecked the middle class. Look at the history. Look at the actions of a nation that has destroyed a particular group of people with a certain amount of income. And they knew that these are the people that is making the world, helping the world to move along. But when you can take a political system that can go in there and destroy it, you got to ask yourself, what is your purpose of destroying a middle class people? That's what we have to start looking at. And we need to start acting upon it. And on that note, brothers and sisters, you all take care of yourselves. Be safe. And always stay in prayer, because the days are dark and they're going to get darker. Shalom.